when you have to consider other people, this can be a major, major change, especially if you've lived your whole life. If I want to stay, I stay. If I want to move, I move. And you get some
Yeah.
babies involved, you get a partner involved. You can't just do that.
This is not an interview. There is no format. This is simply a conversation about life.
And how long has
Yeah.
it been going on?
That's been going on for like 2 years now, I think.
Okay. But you knew her longer than that.
Yeah. But
Mm,
the guy that she's with right now is used to be sort of like her best friend.
mm,
Uh, and now that was like one of these people that's like, oh, he's like my best friend. We're never gonna blah blah blah.
mhm.
And then something happened and it became this additional thing. So
Okay.
that's and for me to actually get closer to her, he's in such a she's a circus artist,
Mhm,
and um and he's a circus artist as well.
mhm.
And so the way I see it, he's already so much closer than
Yeah.
I could ever get. And they're working together as well. They're doing some
Yeah.
so doing physical work and supporting each other and being partners. That's
Mhm.
such a yeah, such a
Yeah.
different type of
Yeah.
intimacy, you know?
Yeah. And so they're connecting in a way that like you could not, at least from your perception. Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And
And
so,
then and
okay,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, no. I was just thinking and then things like she's like 10 years younger than me
Mhm,
and he's more like her age,
mhm,
and for her it's something that important,
mhm,
because when she's looking at like having a dad for her children, like
mhm,
I want someone who's going to be like my age.
mhm,
So it's things like that.
mhm. Yeah. Okay. So okay, but you still have a relationship, but just not um like on the level, or did they get together and then your thing has now become platonic, or has it always been platonic, or
It's weird. It's like I would call it that I would say that we're sort of like I would call it we're sort of lovers,
okay.
because we're more platonic.
Hmm.
But then I know that if we spend a few days together, it will also be sexual,
Okay.
because I've seen how it is with her,
Hmm.
and we are like I'm definitely attracted to her, and she's very attracted to me, like friendship level slash intellectually. But I think that in time, um, it works with her sexually. So I think we have this kind of unspoken sort of
Hmm.
friends with benefits relationship, and it's more platonic. It's more platonic friends. But then
But
there's this undertone of like this other intimacy that
hold on.
what
There's an
yes.
undertone, or has there been actual? I don't want to
Oh,
get
there
all.
has been. No, no,
Okay,
there
all
has
right.
been. There has been.
Okay,
There
okay,
has been in the past.
okay,
Yeah, we
okay,
slept together. Yeah,
okay, all right.
yeah.
Yeah, because I've actually had this. I personally have had this situation where I thought there was an undertone, and then she was like,
And there
"What are you
was
talking about?" No, no,
no, no, no, no,
no.
no, no. There was. We had sex and we spoke about all these things, and
Okay,
we we spoke about like my attraction and her attraction. We kind of like speak about everything, which
okay,
is
that's good.
nice.
That's good.
Um, yeah, and right now I think we can we also can kind of feel each other. So right now I feel like she needs her space right now, and it came to a point where it's sort of like a relationship where I know that we're going to be in a relationship for as long as we're alive.
Hmm.
um and I don't really care so much if it's going to be a family with children or friends.
Hmm.
I'm fine with whatever.
Hmm.
But at the same time, I'm always thinking like, okay, I'm getting older. I need to find the blah blah blah.
Do you? Do you? I'm older than you.
Yeah. Well, how do you feel? How old are you?
In March I'll be 50. So
Holy shit! Yeah, we spoke about this. You look
yeah.
amazing.
Thank you. Thanks,
Yeah.
mom and dad. You know,
Good genes.
I got a couple good genes. I ain't get the height I wanted, but um,
Dude, amazing.
I got the.
Um, no, you look great.
Thanks.
Yeah, I remember we spoke about this. We praised you back then.
Oh, you
Um,
guys.
so, so how do you feel about it?
I mean, there actually no. There was a time when I actually felt like my biological clock was ticking. I was like, all right, and at my age now, I started to think about like more from a activity standpoint. If I had children, like okay, I'm gonna get to a certain point where like if a
I can't play with it.
yeah, or I can't like if my kid is running out in the street, am I going to be able to move fast enough to do
Yeah,
the hero dad thing? You know what I mean? Or
dude.
can I?
Yeah, I have the same thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, that kind of stuff I do wonder about, but I do also know that there's this isn't this isn't the only thing that you have to offer as well. You do come with a level of wisdom and calm or whatever, when you get to a certain age, I think. Um,
Mm.
and so you can provide things in a different way. And
Mm.
so, I mean, I I know that I'm still viable as I have had some offers as well to start a family with someone or someone's you know um I don't want to downplay it, but you know I'm still in this game.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so I think about it, but then after that time period where I was like and then it was actually interesting because I started like got inspired to like kind of stabilize my life a little bit more, because I was always, I mean, I can't say that I was like traveling a whole bunch, but in my mind, I was everywhere. And just freedom, and you know what I mean? Like, at least I always felt like if I wanted to like move tomorrow, I'm not really affecting anyone by moving, or it's not like I'm leaving. There wasn't anything holding me anywhere.
Yeah,
And
I feel I can relate to that 100%.
yeah, and so this is one thing that has to be balanced out as well with those kinds of thoughts or whatever. So you it just I guess it also depends on when you get into a relationship of that kind of level. Well, if you got into a relationship, let me ask you this. If you got into a relationship, does that mean that now it's just you? If you got this woman that you were talking about, all of this around the world stuff ceases, or
So that's interesting because when you were talking about being able to just move and I was thinking about a conversation that I had with her just recently, and I right now I'm in Finland,
Mhm,
and I was so I lived in London for many years, and in the last 2 months I've been sort of traveling a little bit around Europe,
mhm,
mostly kind of seeing friends because I stayed I went from London to Israel to spend the whole winter there, and then got stuck there during the summer. And Israel is where I'm from, but I have this strange relationship with with it. It's very stressful to be there for me
Mm-hmm.
because of all the things that you know from the news.
Mm-hmm.
And also right now it was really intense with the and the political situation there. There's been protests, so I just really wanted to get away. So I went to Berlin, where I met you. The main intention was to meet friends in Berlin, London. I also had this exhibition where we met in Berlin. And now I'm going from Finland to Greece, and I just want to stay out of Israel a little bit, and then go back for the rest of the winter until things calm down. And then my idea is to continue traveling, because I'm thinking I've been in London for so many years. What do I really want to do right now?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like being in like Southeast Asia. I've never been there. Let's go. I'm a photographer. I can be there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I spoke to my friend, and I asked her, "Hey, do you want to come to Greece with me?" And she said, I feel like being home and just building stuff on my." She's living in a little caravan.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like building stuff on my caravan, and just making things around like the other house with her partner,
Mm-hmm.
and she doesn't want to travel. And I completely understand that. And I think that right now, if I actually met someone I want to be with for a longer period, I would feel like finding someone that would want to travel
Mm-hmm.
as
Mm-hmm.
well. So I can be sort of nomadic, sorry, with that person,
Mm-hmm.
because this is what I feel like doing right now. You
Mm-hmm.
ask me, what do I feel like doing?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to see places.
Mm-hmm.
I just,
Okay.
yeah, I don't feel like being in one city and working on a project that seems boring to me right now.
Right. 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 And
Yeah.
so, yeah, and
But then,
obviously,
but then, sorry, like if maybe 2 years down the line, maybe I'll feel like being in one place, because I'll be like, I've done my traveling. I feel like my friend, like I now I want to build something, because I've had periods like that. I've had periods where I was like, no, I want to stay in one place in London, and I want to build this thing, and I want to concentrate and work on this project, and I need to be next to my studio because the project,
mm-hmm.
I think it comes and goes. I think it's sometimes you need to break out from the routine.
Well,
Uh,
you wouldn't necessarily when you have to consider other people, this can be a major, major change, especially if you've lived your whole life. If I want to stay, I stay. If I want to move, I move. And you get some
yeah,
babies involved, you get a partner involved. You can't just do that.
dude,
So
it's so much compromise. One of
yeah.
my best friends, he's in a relationship with uh, with a lady, and they have a son. They have a 2-year old son. They're not married, but they've been together for like 10 years now, I think.
Hmm.
And he was talking to me about how they're doing all these compromises,
Hmm.
and how like she doesn't like having music being played at the house, so he doesn't play music. And he's like, "Ah, but I love playing music."
Hmm.
And she doesn't like having, he loves to have people over,
Hmm.
like friends, and she doesn't like to have a lot of people over. So it's like, it's all these compromises that you have to do for each
Hmm.
other. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's and then also when you have a child, like he was talking to me about how like a lot of what he knows as himself, like that's gone. That's no longer there, because now he's the father of, rather
Hmm.
than
Hmm.
who he is as a person that
Yeah.
everybody knows him for.
Yeah.
Um, that's a huge compromise. Yeah, another friend of mine is a tattoo artist in London. She was having a really hard time when she had her baby, because she had to give up a lot of a lot of her own identity.
Hmm.
She stopped being the tattoo artist, the famous tattoo artist. Now she's the mother. I
Hmm.
don't give a fuck about, like, I am saying, like, the baby doesn't care
Hmm.
about who you are. You're a mother now.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
So you would be ready for this. You be ready for
Well,
this if in theory with this
Eh,
fantasy?
Well,